Hello, my name is Brooke Hartranft. I have your child either for phys ed or health class right now. What I would like to do is just sort of share my screen with you and show you a few things that are important or vital to your student. So let's start with that. So in phys ed, it's really important that whether your child is at home or in person, that they're taking attendance. The way I'm doing that right now is using Google Docs for them to answer a question each day for attendance. The really important part of that is that they take it within the first 10 minutes of class because we're asked to then submit that to make sure that they're present for the day. It's been a little bit of a battle starting out. So if you can help us with that when your child's at home, that would be awesome. As far as changing goes, students are permitted this year to wear whatever they would like for class. It does have to be school appropriate and follow school guidelines, but they can wear their own shorts and shirts. It does not have to be calico. And I am really going to ask you for help with this, that they wear school appropriate things with school appropriate logos and also weather appropriate. We're going to go outside whenever possible. So even when it gets a little chillier and we would typically maybe stay inside, if you could recommend that they're wearing a jacket or a sweatshirt, that would be super helpful. We have provided each student with a lock, and we're asking that they take their clothing home with them at the end of the day. This means that they are locking their things up while they're in school, but they also have no excuse not to have them home with them if we were to, at some point, go into the red zone again and have to shut down. As far as excuses go for your child, if they are hurt, injured, or at home sick, if they're out for more than 3 days, they will need a doctor's note. Obviously, run anything by our nurse, Mrs. Fry, and she will be a really good resource for you if you're not sure about something. As far as grading goes, very similar to last year. When they're in person, we're going to be giving them 5 points a day. They receive those points by changing for class, participating for class, and doing all the activities that we have asked of them. When they are online, we're asking that they fill out an online log, and I can show you how to get that through Schoology in a little bit. If I have your child for Health 11, attendance has not changed as far as phys ed and health. I'm still asking the same question, that students are taking attendance, answering a question on Google. Once they do that in the first 10 minutes of class, I can submit that and we're good to go. This Health 11 course is a graduation requirement. They need to pass with at least a 60%, and they will have to retake it if they would fail. Grading for our assignments are 80% classwork, homework, participation, and quizzes, and then 20% of their grading is based on their final project, which they are currently working on. The final project is that your student or your child got to research a controversial topic of their choosing, and then they have to write it argumentatively, the yes side or the no side, both sides of that issue they need to represent equally, and then at the end they can tell me their opinion. This year we changed it up a little bit, so they're going to be presenting that to their peers versus writing an essay and presenting it to their peers. So our course units in health, the first one is nutrition. We have already completed that unit. We're going to be moving into our first aid and CPR course next, and that course is really nice because they can get a CPR card, be certified, and that's a $5 cost, which is really a steal here. It's really nice to have that if they want to go into babysitting or into like lifeguarding or anything where they may already need that requirement. They're going to get it in school anyway. Our third course is healthy relationships, and we talk about really communicating well with one another and recognizing healthy and unhealthy relationships. And then finally, our last unit is stress management, where we explain some coping mechanisms that we practice for stress, and who needs that more than right now. So getting to know Schoology, bear with me here. I'm sorry if this is a little glitchy, but let me go into our Schoology course. You should be able to see this. I'm going to use block 1 as my example for health. All of the updates, anytime I have something that I need to tell a student, it's going to be in this update section here. That will tell them on Wednesday or Thursday or Tuesday of the week. It always will tell them like what I want them to do for the day. I've also been sending them messages, so you'll see your student might have messages as well. If you go back to the main page in here, the 11th grade health online has everything they're going to need. Right now we're on week 3, so they're going to be in the lowest folder, always in that section. In the welcome section, you'll see that there's a bunch of just getting started things, a syllabus, which you should have already signed, teacher contact information, and tech tools that we're going to be using. So really anything that they're going to need is in the block 1 or in the folder in there. So for phys ed, let me go into that block. This is pretty helpful as well. I feel like when they do online PE, there's an online PE folder. There are different options they can pick from. So here's Netflix, and it's a link that will take them to a bunch of different online workouts that they can do while they're at home. So they can click on these, and it will take them to, it's similar to YouTube, but it's not YouTube. Cardio videos, Zumba, yoga, partner workouts, HIIT workouts, abs and core. Basically, all of these workouts are no equipment required. They can be done at home with about 20 to 30 minutes of time. So that's one option, and we'll be listing more things as we come up with them for an activity that they could do at home. So while they're at home, it's also important that they're filling out these logs, and you'll see we're on log 4, so I'll use that. If you click on this, I'm going to do the view version. And it might look a little bit different than it does for them. But what they're going to have to do is log what activity or activities that they're doing each day that they're at home. So day 1, they might be at school. They can put an X here. Day 2, they're at school. They can put an X here because I don't need to know. I know that they're in school. I'm holding them accountable. Day 3, everyone on day 3, it's a Wednesday. They're at home. They need to log something that they did for 30 minutes. So it can be mowed the lawn for 20 minutes, pulled weeds for 10 minutes for a total of 30. On Thursday and Friday, for that other half that might be at home, they again have to come up with 30 minutes of activity that they're doing during class for that week. At the end of the week, they just need to submit it in that submission area, and they are good to go. I would love to talk to all of you more in person, but since we don't have that opportunity right now, if you have any questions, please send me an email or a school message, Hartranft at cacalico.org. And I look forward to hearing from you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. All right, take care.